Hi. Hello. I didn't really know how to start this, so I've been trying to kind of scratch my head on where to begin this channel, where to start it, what type of videos to do, so on and so on. And I kind of just came to the conclusion that I would just talk about how it started for me. I think that's fair. I think it makes sense. So, basically, my soccer, football, whatever you wish to call it, journey really just began with COVID. Uh, COVID was something that was excruciatingly bad in my town, everywhere, but I still had to work through it, unfortunately. So I would go into work. It was never busy. It was never difficult. And yeah, when I would get home, the only thing that would be on would be either soccer matches, and I'm pretty sure there were reruns, I would imagine. But like shows weren't getting new seasons, so there wasn't really anything to watch unless you wanted to watch like the news. But that's boring and depressing. So I never had anything much to watch. So anyway, I'd get home, I'd turn on my TV, and yeah, whatever match was on, I would just watch. Sometimes it was like Nations League stuff, which I'm pretty sure were just reruns. Sometimes it was reruns of like the Premier League. Sometimes it was just other stuff that I never really expected to watch. But like my journey and getting into clubs really started with a surprising thing that you might not expect. As an American, getting into soccer is difficult. It's not easy. I just bumped my camera. Um, it's very not ostracized, but kind of taboo in a weird way, or at least it was for a really long time. Soccer has only recently started to grow, and I kind of have the suspicion that I'm not alone with like the COVID discovery. Um, in any case, so the first club I really discovered that I really started to follow was actually Brisbane Roar in the A League in Australia. Yes, and I gotta stop doing that. And I still follow them. I still, they don't televise matches here anymore, unfortunately. They have a deal with Paramount now, but it's exclusive to Australia. And yeah, so I would get home from work on like a Friday night. Sometimes it was just Saturday night or Saturday morning. And yeah, I would watch an A League match. Sometimes that was just what was on. And I enjoyed it. It was fun. Watching, Henry Hoare, Jay O'Shea. It was great. I had a lot of fun. And that was kind of the start. And soccer for me is, and I imagine is for a lot of people. I should really do a more in-depth video about another time. Anyway, for me, it started out with, Brisbane Roar. Their season starts in like a week too, I think. No, it starts this week. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's gonna be fun. Anyway, starts out with Brisbane Roar. Then we kind of, I started to discover other things. One, I got a free copy of FIFA 21. I forget how I got that, but I did. And I was like, well, I'm stuck in my house anyway. I'm gonna play it. And that was kind of like the eureka moment, the explosion, if you will, for me. I did not know the MLS existed at this time. Bear in mind, this was like 2019, roughly, whenever the pandemic started. I don't remember. Definitely 4-ish years ago. Did not know the MLS existed. Definitely at this time, I did not know the USL existed. I knew the Prem was a thing, but I hadn't watched it at the time, and to be honest, I still don't really watch it. I think the AFL Championship is more interesting. Um, but yeah, that was kind of where it began. And then, so through FIFA 21, I discovered the MLS. I discovered Minnesota United, and I started following Minnesota United. I started watching MLS games, got really into it. I kind of feel like against other sports, soccer kind of becomes an addiction. And I don't mean this in like a negative light, mind you. I mean this like I feel like everybody starts with one club, but then like as they get more involved in it, that becomes two, then three, then four, then five, and you just start finding more leagues and more teams to follow. So that's kind of how it was for me. I started out with the A League with Brisbane Roar. I would love to get a Brisbane Roar shirt sometime, but I haven't seen any pop up on Classic Football shirt yet outside of Sydney FC, and I'm not a Sydney FC fan. Sorry. If you are, that's cool. Hey, so through FIFA and through watching MLS, I started to discover, other leagues. I discovered the Bundesliga, for example. I started following Leverkusen, represent. Oh, my badge is over here. My camera's inverted. Anyway, started watching Leverkusen. I started watching Dortmund. I started watching Roma in the Serie A. I started watching West Brom in the EFL. And it just kind of kept spiraling. And then, you know, every bubble bursts eventually. This year, I've kind of fallen out of the MLS a little bit. Not entirely. I still follow Minnesota United, but I haven't been watching games nearly as consistently. Part of this is due to work, part of it is due to stress, and part of it is due to the controversies that have been going on with MLS. Stuff like that makes me really depressed and stresses me out. So I kind of switched my focus to another US league, the USL. And I discovered Birmingham Legion, which, you know, was great. My state does have a USL team, but it's in the USL 2, which is only a semi professional league. And I don't really care for our team that much. Sorry. Sorry, Des Moines Menace. I don't care for you. Anyway, and it was just like, well, if I'm gonna watch USL Championship, then I want to be able to, find a club to follow. And there's something just really fun and really welcoming about joining a club that's kind of like a community thing. And a lot of the USL teams are very community driven, and I think I'll have to do a video about this at some point too. It's very different from like the MLS where things are more corporate, more like a lot more money is being thrown around in the MLS than in the USL. And that's cool. Different leagues, different ideals, so on, so on. Watch both, they're great. And yeah, I just kind of fell in love with Birmingham Legion. I like the gold kits that they have this year. I like the Vulcan kit. I don't care for the Sprite Chill kit personally. That's something I could live without, but it's kind of grown on me a little bit. Eh. Maybe if they didn't have the green sleeves, I think that'd be helpful. Anyway, so yeah, this was kind of my beginning, my origin story. Starts with COVID, and now here in 2024, I think we are. My camera keeps unfocusing and refocusing. Will you stop doing that, sir? Uh, I can see it. I think that as an American getting into soccer, it can be intimidating for a lot of reasons. It's very much like you kind of feel like an outsider initially getting into it, but I've had nothing but good times personally. So I do encourage people to find a club, have fun, go to games, go to watch it on TV, play FIFA, play Football Manager, eFootball if you're into that. I've never played eFootball, so I don't know how it works. But yeah, just however you enjoy soccer or football, go for it. Have fun. And yeah, I guess this was just the beginning. I have a few other things planned, some things I want to talk about. But for now, this is it. Anyway, this is yeah. Have a good night.